Hello, my fellow guardians. RS here, taking one final look through Destiny and kind of gonna go through like a final, I guess, walkthrough slash reflection and just kind of talk about some of my memories and the adventures and stuff that we've made and stuff like that because Destiny 2 is rapidly approaching us, September 6th. Only a couple weeks away, so I'm getting pretty excited. So, let's get right to it. I'm going to start right on the character page, believe it or not. And the Hunter was the very first character I created. I did almost everything with my Hunter. And I went through Vault of Glass, I went through, you know, Crota and stuff like that. And then I decided, you know what? Warlock seemed pretty cool. So I created a Warlock. And mainly because when the Taken King was announced, the storm color looked absolutely awesome. So I went and made a Warlock. Then after that, I made a Titan, because who doesn't love a Hammer Titan? Between all three of these characters, I've done a lot of cool stuff, gone on some cool adventures and missions and raids, kicked some butt, and met a lot of cool people along the way. Very helpful people. And I've been very fortunate to run across some really good people that I've created good friendships with, be able to do raids and different things like that together. So, I mean, this Destiny community has been nothing short of amazing. From raising over $1 million for a great cause and just being there to help people out. It's been a hell of a ride so far, and I cannot wait to see what Destiny 2 brings us. So I'm going to take a final hop in my Warlock here. I'm not sure if this will be my last time in Destiny 1 until Destiny 2, but I figured I would just hop on and just kind of take one last walk through. So I managed to hit 400 with this guy, and man, it's been a while since I played, but and things look a little different to me because this is the first time I've actually played Destiny on my improved TV, so everything looks a little cooler. But yeah, got 400. Can't forget, I have an Iron Galahorn somewhere. And I remember the very first time I got a Galahorn, and it was shortly after the Prison of Elders and all that stuff came out. And I think, I forget what the DLC was called. Um, I am terrible for forgetting that. But, dang it. Now I gotta look it up. Let's see. Destiny DLCs. So the Dark Below was the first one, and that was released before I got into Destiny. Because I originally got into Destiny, obviously, when it was announced and stuff like that, but I didn't get the game until Christmas, like a lot of people. Um, and I didn't know, kind of what was going on, but I watched people on Twitch and YouTube and stuff like that, and I'm like, I need to do this. I need to get it. Um, I didn't have a PlayStation 3. Well, I didn't have a PlayStation 3 at the time. My brother did, so I wasn't really able to play. So eventually, I got a PS3, and then come Christmas time, I got Destiny for Christmas, and of course, that's when the big DDoS hit servers, and I couldn't play Destiny, so it was just so heartbroken. And then the House of Wolves. That's what that was. House of Wolves. That was kind of a okay DLC. A lot of people were happy because um, it didn't include a raid, and there was rumors that there was going to be a raid, but you know, oh well. It's all good. Anyway, let's go on a patrol here. And then the big one, the Taken King. What a ride that was. From the time that got announced, the trailers, were awesome. And then the new subclasses, the Night Stalker, um, the Hammer Titan, Sunstriker, whatever. I am terrible at these names. It's been a while. Uh, and then the Stormcaller for the Warlock. And as soon as I got um, I couldn't wait to get that DLC. I was so hyped for it.
The
And
Cosmic Dome, a rusting monument to the collapse.
we can't forget about
Someday we'll
Dinklebot
reclaim this
there.
place, right?
It was fun. But anyway, going back to the Taken King, that was just amazing. The story in that was pretty freaking awesome as far as like getting your subclasses and stuff. I legit had goosebumps for that Warlock one. Excuse me, the music of that was awesome. Oh, look at that! A public event. Cool. I haven't done one of these in a while. I hope we still have heavy ammo. I don't. It's probably another character. Oh well. But anyway, going back and talking about House of Wolves, I could not believe that raid. That was one of the most challenging things I've ever gotten myself into. I didn't really have a raid team, and I didn't know what to expect from it. I watched people do it online. I gave major props to the people that got worlds first, because it's a giant puzzle, you know? And you just don't know what to expect. And nobody's ever done this before, so it's like you're kind of almost creating a guide within itself as you complete and figure out the different steps to unlock different parts of the raid and continue. So, and then when they got to the final room with Oryx, my jaw hit the floor. I couldn't believe the size of it, like many of the people that encountered that. It was just crazy. And I remember, because I didn't have a PlayStation 4 yet, the animations were so laggy, because the PS3 obviously was not as good as the PS4. So, but then I think shortly after Taken King came out, I eventually upgraded to the PS4, and I ran the raids, and everything just looked so cool and a lot smoother, surprisingly. But that was fun. And hello, Golden King, who just stopped by my chat. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm just kind of rambling on here, so don't mind me. Just kind of taking a look back through Destiny and some of my adventures. I'm going to talk a little bit about my adventures, not in my Warlock, but that's what I'm on now. But I originally started on my Hunter. Did a lot of things with that. I had so many hours into that. I basically didn't. I think it might have been my Titan than my Warlock, but either way, I did almost everything. I didn't switch, creating another character. I just was like, I'm still used to it, and just had a ball with it. And the original story was pretty freaking cool. I remember going through that, and just it was awesome. I mean, to this day, it still has me speechless, because a game like this was never created, and it just brought people together. It's like you just could be even on a patrol like I was just doing with the public events. A couple people show up, and then more and more show up, and who knows, you could be invited to, a fire team and just kind of hang out and get to know people, and that could lead to, doing a raid and other things. And some of the people I still play with today, we play other games, we've discussed other games and play other games, and we've become, like, really good friends online, and you know, after a long day of work and stuff like that, it's nice to just come home and kind of let the worries of the day go and just hang out and play video games and, you know, have fun. I mean, that's what I think this game is all about. It's just having fun with your friends and along the way and figuring them out as a team and friends. And it's just been awesome. And I remember when I first uh, got into this, really know what to expect, and I didn't know too many people as many as I know today. I just went on forums and I'm like, hey, I'm finally this level, and I remember the friggin' light level thing before um, the new system came in. That was such a grind. And I remember when I hit, I think it was either 28 or 30 or somewhere in there. I was like, oh, cool. I think I can finally do Vault of Glass. And I was so excited to do that because I've seen people do it so many times, and I just wanted to get in there and experience that for myself. And I hit up the forums on the Bungie website and some other places, and through Twitch, because I watched a lot of different channels, and met some people along the way. Said, yeah, we've ran it. We'll carry you through it. Explain it and stuff like that. And they took me through it. A couple new people too. I still, communicate with those people today, and they got me through Vault of Glass, and it was a blast. I mean, I couldn't believe that after a good 2 hours, I was still in the same activity, but in like a different part. It's like obviously you have to open the door, build the spire, and then you encounter the Templar and stuff like that. It's just amazing. And then when I get to the final boss, and they're like, okay, there's going to be a bunch of steps. Make sure you pay attention because they can get confusing. Um, like anything, you learn from your mistakes and you go on. And they were nice enough and, kind of forgiving. It's like, it's okay, we've been through this. But they just kind of, went slow, and it's like, okay, this is where you maybe messed up, or you weren't here, or you weren't there. But after that, it's like you get the mechanics of the raids and different things down, and then it's just like you can just have fun and enjoy the experience. I mean, it was quite a ride. Um, so that was really the story of my hunter, so to speak. Um, and then I'll talk about the big DLC, the Taken King. Um, that's when as soon as I saw the trailers and stuff like that, and that we were going to get different subclasses, as soon as I saw the Warlock, I'm like, yep, I gotta get me one of these. That, and I think after playing Crota so much, you kind of get frustrated when it's like, man, we got wiped, but then you see like a Warlock self-res and then um, revive everybody, and then you're like, well, man, I need to do that, so just in case something goes south, I can do that. So that's kind of when I created my Warlock. I think it was shortly before taking King. Got him leveled up, and then really haven't. I've played my other characters here and there, but nowhere as near as much as my Warlock. Definitely went from a Hunter main to a Warlock main pretty quickly. So, but yeah, and then I've done. Oh, I went through the King's Fall. This guy. Uh, I've done trials. I've never gone flawless. I didn't really matter to me if I went flawless or not. I mean, it just, I don't know. That's a different aspect of the game, the PvP side of things. That just can get frustrating to a lot of people, and it's kind of why they quit Destiny. Then it kind of got stale after a while, and I totally understand where that came from, because I played this game almost every day from the time I got it and the servers were back up until really the end of the Rise of Iron and stuff like that. And after that, it just things obviously got a little stale. But then, kind of, at least in my case, you talk with your friends, and it's like, what other games are you into? It's like, there's different like Smite, different games like that, and it's like you just build on those, and um, make new friends through those games. And it's like when different things get announced for Destiny, like DLCs or whatever, and it's like, all right, I'll hop back in, and you go check that out, and try to get all that's worth. But as far as the whole story for um, King's Fall and all that, that story, I mean, it was short, kind of, in a sense, but there was, well, I wouldn't say um, short, because there were so many like offshoots and stuff. Rise of Iron was short. The Taken King was not. There were so many different missions. It was basically like a new game, like I think they said. You're basically getting a new game, and that it was, from the Dreadnought, the whole new space there, and just the different offshoots of story and quest lines to get like new guns and stuff like that. It's like the sleeper quest and like the things for the Siva gun. I like I said, forgive me, it's been a while since I played this. But the Siva stuff and going through, Wrath of the Machine and figuring all that out, I give all those people major props for figuring all of that out. I mean, it was like code you had to figure out, and then you go into the rooms, and it's like, you stand on this platform and do this and do that, and then you get the gun. It just was ridiculous. The fact that everybody came together and figured it out, and then guides were made and stuff like that after. It just shows what this community can do when you get your mindset on something. And it's like they didn't, hoard the information for themselves. As soon as they got stuff figured out, it's like, alright, they kind of figured out, it's like, alright, so this is what you do for this step, and you do this step, and then that leads to that, and then it all got figured out, and then it's like, alright, let's, kind of like either publish this or just start telling people about it and make videos, and then, it's just the cool secrets of the game like that, which are awesome. So then we had a little bit of time, obviously, before the next DLC came out, Rise of Iron. There were a couple different things in between, like Halloween and then SRL, which SRL was awesome. I mean, first time SRL came out, I might have lost maybe 1 or 2 races, but that was awesome. And then we had a little bit of a lull before the major DLC, and then Rise of Iron. And obviously, the storyline was kind of short, but I mean, as far as like the story, like locations and stuff like that, like it was all awesome. And the last story mission where you're running out of the room, it still gives me goosebumps with the music. They just hit it out of the park with that. But then the Wrath of the Machine raid was, oy oy oy. Talk about, giving you a headache and wanting to give up. That, I think, other than King's Fall, Wrath of the Machine is probably one of the most difficult raids. It was just so intense, so many different steps. Especially like once you get into hard mode and like challenge modes and stuff like that. That was just it can get pretty frustrating. But yeah, people pulled it off, figured it all out, and then challenge modes came for other raids, and they then updated the other raids, which was pretty cool. Kind of gave the game a little bit of a refresher, so it was pretty cool. And, like I said, I've met a lot of cool people along the way, and excuse me, um, you know, still talk with those people and play games, Destiny and other games with them, still to this day. So it's pretty awesome.
This could be good.
Ooh, hello. Yeah, I'm the only one over here though. No one droid. Well, I heard somebody. Where'd he go? I heard him. Hi, buddy. Bang.
Well, I guess this is important too.
Oh wow, look at that! Look at all the people that just show up just for the freaking public event. It shows you.
We got this.
Hell yeah, we got it.
Great work.
Sweet. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Awesome. Either they're newer folks or they're running different characters. Pretty cool. But anyway, that's the cool aspect about this game. Is like things like the tower and the peak and stuff like that. It's like it's a place where you can just kind of hang out and meet other guardians and just kind of joke around and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm super excited for Destiny 2. Obviously, as soon as it was announced and stuff like that and revealed, and you could pre-order it, I pre-ordered it. So super excited to get that. Played the beta, which was pretty good. I wished it would have had a little bit more, but I understand. I feel like they don't want to reveal too much. But I am still satisfied somewhat with what we were able to do and play and stuff like that. PvP, like I said, I'm not a huge PvP person. I'm more of a PvE guy. But PvP felt pretty good. I don't know if the whole either 4v4 or 3v. I think it was 4v4. I don't know how I feel if they do decide to keep that into like all the game activities. It's like 4v4 raid. Like 4-person fire team thing. I don't know how I feel about that. If it's gonna be like a raid thing, I hope they still stick with 6. And then if they keep that as far as like strikes and stuff like that go, that'll be pretty cool. I like that idea for the PvE side of things, like strikes and stuff like that. But as far as like the raid side, I don't know how I feel about it. If they do stick with 4 people, I kind of think they'll still stick with 6. It's just my gut feeling, because they don't want to, diminish the number of people you have on your fire team when you go into a difficult thing like that. That and a lot of people probably have fire teams still built up and are carrying over to Destiny 2. So I imagine they want to try to keep their same free teams and stuff like that. So we'll see. But I was impressed with a little bit of PvE that we had. It felt good. Graphics wise, I kind of wish it was maybe 60 FPS, but I mean 30 FPS it'll be okay. At least it'll be, decent. But as far as the PC side goes, I'm really jealous that they get, I think it's uncapped frame rate. But that just means I have to start upgrading my computer. But anyway, I will still obviously be playing Destiny 2 probably day 1 on the PlayStation. As far as the PC side of things goes, I am not quite sure if I will end up upgrading my computer and getting it. I'd love to. because I want to see how it feels on keyboard and mouse. I've heard from people that it feels really good. And the fact that I think you could probably do it with a controller is pretty cool too. Because I know some people that still do mouse and keyboard on this game, which is pretty incredible. I know a streamer, I think it's Dr. Lupo, who uses mouse and keyboard, and it's pretty amazing how they do some of that stuff. Let's take a ride through. What do you think? Plague Lands or Mars? Hmm. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the Plague Lands. Take a quick ride through. Um, but anyway, going back to the beta of Destiny 2, the strike was pretty cool. I felt like the spaces were like obviously really massive, and I'm waiting. I can't wait to see what like the patrols and stuff like that are like, because if you have a ton of room to explore, the possibilities are endless for different things. From just the strike alone, there were so many different like pathways and like other areas where you could explore. And I saw videos. Excuse me. Have a drink. And so many different like little areas off on the side where you can just kind of like explore,
There's a lot we don't know
see
about the
what's
playground,
gonna happen
but the more we explore,
when the actual
the
game's
more we
released.
uncover.
What's this gonna be?
The
So
Splashers are
it's
using
pretty
secret
cool.
to upgrade their walls. Be careful.
Um, but the strikes were really good. Um, the intro story um, was absolutely amazing. As far as the feel of like the weapons and stuff go, they've changed a little bit. Obviously, there'll be some tweaks and stuff like that, but they felt good. A good change, I think. A welcome change. As far as like sounds and stuff like that go, they sounded really cool. Um, as far as like the power slots and stuff like that, I think that was a good switch to kind of give people a little bit of variety. Try to think of say like energy and stuff like that. It was really cool. Come on, Walker. I'm probably gonna get thrown off of this thing. Yep. But continuing on with a little bit more of the beta for Destiny 2. Hold on, buddy, I got you. PvE side obviously still felt really good. Story felt really good. Graphics were awesome. At least, I mean, might not be, PC grade or whatever, but I mean, they're still really good. And some of the abilities, I was impressed with too, like the Warlock getting like a healing thing, which that has been needed, something like that. Because I think really the only ones who could do that were like Titans, maybe? With a little bit of a healing bubble. But either way, I'm excited to see what they kind of expand on that. The ultimates, talking, got me thinking about another game. The supers seem pretty cool. It's basically like you get a freaking flaming angel solar sword for the Warlock, and then you get like the Arc Strider for the Hunter, and then you're basically like Captain America, purple Captain America for the Titans, which is pretty cool. I played around with all three of them, and they feel pretty cool. The Arc Strider was really good, but obviously being a Warlock guy, that really is just awesome. And it can definitely put out some damage, though. Definitely in the PvE side of things. PvP, it can be kind of tough because you got people jumping all over the place. I can understand maybe in PvP or PvE, it can get kind of tough in certain situations. Maybe if, things are kind of hectic, but overall it is pretty cool. as far as different features of that, like the clan stuff and all this other stuff. It was a lot to digest when they first discussed it and announced it. But I think as the game draws closer to release, um, and then actual release date, and first initial things, I think people will start to figure it out and get the hang of it, and you know, it'll be pretty cool. But I mean, what else is there to say? Other than I'm really excited to get going, and it's been a long time coming. I mean, a lot of people didn't play this game because there just wasn't much to do. I still give Bungie major credit for trying to keep the game fresh and stuff like that, and people were getting frustrated, and I was kind of one of those people, but it's like, just give them time, you know? They can only do so much. Because Destiny is just an active, evolving world. And, you know, with certain things, it's like you try to go change one setting or thing in the world, and it could affect other things, like the sandbox side of things. So, I mean, I gave him major props for keeping up with different bugs and glitches and just keeping the game as fresh as, wow, really? As fresh as they can. So, um, but, I mean, I was really impressed overall with the way they handled themselves, um, in the original Destiny. Vanilla Destiny, we'll call it. Or Destiny 1. But, obviously they, once it got to a certain point, they probably focused a lot of attention and resources on Destiny 2. So, but I am obviously still really pleased with this game. Done a lot of fun things, and I'm kind of sad in a way that I have to leave this world, but in the back of my mind I know that um, there's going to be new adventures and new things to see and different things to collect in Destiny 2. And, I'll still meet new people, probably encounter some old friends as well. Um, and, start a new adventure in a new world and, see where it takes us. I mean, there's still a lot that we don't know about the game as far as story and stuff like that. So, obviously with this game. So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see what all happens and, where it all takes us. I'm super excited. I've been waiting ever so patiently since they announced it and the pre-orders started. So, it's been fun. And I give people a lot of credit for consistently playing this game, you know, day in and day out on Twitch and YouTube and all that. Um, you know, I'd like to thank I doubt many people are gonna watch this, but I'd like to thank all the people, who've made the YouTube videos over the years, the guides and stuff like that. And I know I've used a lot of different things. Um, and major credit to the people on Twitch who stream it, and on YouTube as well, because that's the thing too. No matter if you're a big streamer or a small streamer like me, I mean, I'm just a normal guy, and sometimes I just like to stream on Twitch and YouTube just to kind of, share my experiences and kind of take a look back, um, at my games and stuff like that, and just share the experience. Because, I mean, even if you're, um, only have, one or two people watching, it's not about that, it's just all about having fun. No matter if you're playing Destiny, if you're doing, playing other games and stuff like that, it's just about hanging out, having a good time, and, enjoying the game. And I've had to remind myself of that sometimes, but, That's what video games are about, are just, bringing people together in situations and cases like this and having fun. Kicking some bad guys' butts at the same time. So, um, yeah, again, I give, a lot of credit to those people day in and day out that made those videos over the years, guiding people along the way for different things like chests and raids and stuff like that. So, I'm looking forward to many more videos and different content creators in Destiny 2. So, I think we're gonna take one final stop at the tower here. Watch the ship go by. Alright, let's see what we got at the Postmaster. Hi, Postmaster.
Ready to assist. Check. See you tomorrow.
Ah, the Cryptarch. Many frustrating days waiting for good gear.
Oh, sorry to see that one go.
Oh, I'm actually gonna
Not
level
the
up.
gear that
Cool.
counts, it's the Guardian who uses it.
Sweet.
I hope we helped you, Guardian. Interesting.
Ooh, nice deal breaker.
I didn't think you'd choose that one. Come back
Cool,
soon.
cool.
We need the challenge.
Cool. Good rolls. Nothing like armor materials, right? Good times. Cool, cool. Alright, let's see what. I think it's just the, Edgar.
Sign here. May your day be free of disruptions, Guardian.
And I remember,
Encryption.
when Bungie gave everybody in the game like a free gift, so to speak, or whatever. I think it was shortly after Christmas or something like that. I still have that gun. I went through raids, different things like that with it, and I will never get rid of it. I am like attached to that gun, and that is the upfront thing. I remember I got that from the gift or whatever, and I just can't get rid of it. I mean, I've gone through so much with it. I mean, it never let me down. I've gone through Fault of Glass, Crota with it. I mean, it was fun. I never really ascended it. But, yeah, I mean, let's take a look through some of this stuff. I mean, let's see. The big rig. Ah, the comedian, I remember that. Good times. The Stranger's Rifle. And then we got weapons from Crota. Different things from factions. I think this is almost a full set of stuff from Vault of Glass, the Sniper, Auto Rifle. I never got a friggin' Fatebringer. I was so PO'd that I never got one. But that's alright. I've gotten other things that are better than that and closer. So, good old Black Hammer. I remember this thing used to melt in Nightfalls when it was arc, because the freaking rate of fire was absolutely maxed. I remember they used to call that the baby Gallhorn. And then I used that for a very, very long time. And that was one of the first guns I think I got from Trials. I didn't play that for a while. Got the Oversoul, the Husk of the Pit. I remember that. I got that. And I'm like, what do I do with it? And I did just hold on to it because I didn't know. That was the very first gun I got out of the raid. I got armor until or other different non-useless, non-useful things. And then I got that and had a blast with it. It still is a wicked awesome gun. Sounds amazing. I remember these people were. I remember when people was like, oh, "Look at this thing! It's nasty if you can get good rolls." So it was awesome. A lot of just different things. Oh, different thing. Black Spindle. I remember that. Goodness, what a pain in the butt that was. That was just such a pain in the butt to figure out and do. But I did it somehow. A couple buddies and we got through it. Then here's the stuff from the upgraded raid, the hard mode raid. Just basically black and a little different. A little bit of. Never really noticed the different textures. I think I remember the purple. Yeah, I remember that. These weapons were so weird looking at the time. I remember when I got my. Whoops. I remember when I got my mythic class. That was. Oh, that was awesome. It was so happy. Oh, what else good do we have here? I remember the sword from the end of the Rise of Iron missions. And some of my first raid gear. I remember the first thing I got was the fusion rifle. And then different sidearms and other different weapons from the raid and Rise of Iron and just in general. And just different things. And I remember getting that Kavastov. You just had to grab pages and stuff like that. Different things in my vault. Just kept over the years. Cause it's just cool looking. And different emblems and dances and ships and other random stuff. Ghosts and stuff from like the Halloween. So, good times. Should probably, oh no, that's just a rope booster. Anyway. Yeah, it's been fun. Destiny 2 has been, or Destiny 1, sorry, I'm getting tired. Destiny 1 has been, you know, it's been fun. A lot of good memories, and, you know, just fun in general. I'm taking my helmet off. This is the first time I've taken my helmet off in a long time. And I think this is a good moment for it. So, to sum it up, I mean, it's been fun. A lot of good times, a lot of frustrating times. But you know what? As Guardians, we pull through it. We do some kick-ass stuff. We've accomplished some sweet stuff. Raised a lot of money for different things. Helped people through raids and challenges and stuff like that. And just come together as a community. It's been mind-blowing to see this community evolve into what it is. And, it's still, I have no words for it. I've encountered some good people along the way, made some good friends, and that's something you can't, get rid of and forget is your experiences through this. Um, you know, it, I just have no words. It's hard to put into words what this game has meant for me, and, basically kind of rescued me from a dark place, so to speak. I mean, I don't have to say that, but I will. Um, but yeah, Destiny's just been kind of a home for me, and a lot of people in general. And I cannot wait to see what Destiny 2 has in store for all of us. So, on that note, I think it's time that I say my final goodbye. From the Tower of Destiny 1. It's been fun, Guardians. Take care of yourselves out there. And I can't wait to see you in Destiny 2. So, this is RS Man 30, aka RS, signing off for now from Destiny. And until September 6th, when Destiny 2 comes out, I will see you in other games. So this is RS signing off. Have a good one, folks.